Well, thank you very much for joining us again tonight. Uh, sorry, thank you very much for joining us again tonight. Just an update on what's happening in Anambra. Of course, it's past 8:20. It's about 8:24 p.m. here in Nigeria, and the statement released, by the President Electoral Commission, Anambra State, on opening and closing of polls for the Anambra State gubernatorial election Saturday, 6 November 2021. The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has extended the period for opening and closing of poll from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. This reverse closing time applies to areas where polling units opened after the commencement period of 8:30 a.m. In line with existing regulations and guidelines of the Commission, any intending voter who is on the queue by 4 p.m. shall be allowed to vote. All polling unit staff must comply with this directive. And says the extension of time arose out of several field reports that voters have had problem with accreditation, which Charles Soludo, actually complained about vehemently. The commission is currently investigating the reason the accreditation device BVA system have worked perfectly in some polling units but not in others. Well, I personally believe that you cannot but have issues like that where network issues are involved. You need network, to do most of the things that you do. So, and we've not gotten it, we've not gotten it all right here in Nigeria, where you could have stable network. Even some could be running at some point. The generators at the base transmission stations could have issues, and there could be a drop in the network and all of that. So even what you're watching me with could sometimes begin to skip because the network is fluctuating or something. So there could be issues. We cannot but have issues like that because they actually work in some parts. It's not like it did not work at all, totally. In some of the cases, it would seem that this resulted from software glitches. Our technicians have already built an update to the device software to prevent further challenges. The update is currently being installed in this concerned BVAs, and we request voters, candidates, and agents to be patient and allow our technical staff to solve the problem. So we require some patience. The Commission wishes to reiterate that in cases of sustained malfunction of the BVAs, the presiding officer must inform the voters and polling agents that accreditation and voting for the affected polling unit shall continue tomorrow or at another time determined by the Commission. With this extension of time and the recommencement of accreditation where the BVAs consistently malfunctions, the Commission assures that no voter will be disenfranchised. Of course, that means that everybody will still vote. And what this means directly is that voting continues tomorrow, 7th November 2021. Our deployment has also been adversely affected by transportation challenges in some locations. It must be noted that on account of security concerns, some of the transporters that were mobilized and collected 50% of their sign-on fee bagged out at the last moment, leaving some of our ad hoc staff, stranded. Also, some of the trained ad hoc staff bagged out at the last moment. Now, the Commission is on top of these challenges, and the extant regulation and guidelines will be applied on cases by case basis. Consequently, we are harvesting areas where voting will realistically no longer take place today, including places where substantial disruption has occurred to enable a possible recommencement of voting at another time. Well, we're suspecting that it will continue tomorrow, like I said earlier on, in line with extant law and the regulations and guidelines of the Commission. We appeal to our voters, candidates, stakeholders, communities, and political parties to remain calm and law-abiding. We assure you that the commencement or commission is determined to make all votes count. We're looking forward to that. somebody is saying that, well, this was the same. Well, you are saying that this INEC, this is the same INEC who earlier denied that none of the ad hoc staff backed out, but now they are admitting to that. But then there is a clause that they backed out at the last minute, not that they had backed out when we got that news. So somehow it sounded, it was a fake news at that time, but then it's now being real because it happened. It didn't happen when the news came out that they backed out, and so where that is that is it. Some of the personal observation at the polling units that people on ground took notice of is that the accreditation machine, which INEC has admitted, kept rejecting people who came to vote, even when their names are there on the physical booklet register. These people that were rejected by the machine continued washing their hands repeatedly so that the machine would accept them, including one reverend sister like that. And so, okay. It says the machine rejected them still, even after they finished washing their hands many times. The machine rejected them still, even rejected their photos too. Like even after the photo capturing with the machine, these people were still rejected again by the machine, and they were told to go back and wash their hands all over again and again and again. This is Odegu. Odegu is saying that, he says, my unit stopped at 2:30 p.m. upon they came around, upon which they actually started at 11 a.m. and they stopped, voting there at 2:30 p.m. It says would have uploaded, but the military men took my phone and deleted. Well, okay, all right. Let's leave all of that. Well, with this development, I believe somehow that Nigeria is a developing country as touching voting. We still have a long way to go as touching having credible elections, because events like this make room for the stories that touch the heart, sort of. When we begin to talk about inconclusive elections and all of this and all of that, then the credibility of such elections begin to go down the drain, are being watered down. Such credibility of such, elections are beginning to water down. It's like you say, don't worry, when I get home, I'll count the money and let you know. Why don't you count it right before me, so that we know what's actually happened and what is actually there for all of us? Why should you go and count it at home and then now come back and tell us, okay, so when you now come back and tell us it was white that you found it, whereas you actually took home white? So I believe that strongly we are still somewhere on the developing margin. We heard Anambra deputy governor was said to have committed an electoral offense by revealing his votes. According to Section 125, subsection 3B and 4 of the Electoral Act 2010 as amended, he is liable on conviction to a maximum fine of 100,000 or to imprisonment for a term of 6 months or both. And so, okay, we have a picture to that effect, showing the deputy governor revealing his votes, which actually is not supposed to do. He was caught revealing his vote, and of course, when things like this happen, people will quote law will come out, no, and we found him revealing his votes, and so that is it. And so this is what is being said, because subsection 125 of the Electoral Act as amended in 2010 says every person in attendance at a polling unit, number one, every person at attendance at a polling unit, including every officer charged with the conduct of an election and his or assistant, and every polling agent and candidate in attendance at a polling station or at the collation center, as the case may be, shall maintain and aid in maintaining the secrecy of the voting. The secrecy, the secrecy. No person shall interfere with a voter casting his vote or by any means obtain or attempt to obtain in a polling unit information as to the candidate for whom a voter in that place is about to vote for or has voted for. So, Deputy Governor the sitting Deputy Governor of Anambra State, Nkem Okeke, committed an electoral offense by revealing his vote. Well, let's see what happens, with such, if that will be taken up in any case, because that is what is sent to us. The Charles Soludo, the candidates of APGA, the gubernatorial candidate of APGA, actually eventually cast his votes sometime this afternoon. He had eventually cast his votes. Andy Uba, also of the APC, also cast his vote, but the Soludo complained bitterly of the BVA technology failure, severally, while what's his name? The APC candidates, Andy Uba, said everything is fine. Everything is fine. Everything is working fine. Everybody is voting, Well, I don't know what to say now. I don't just know what to say, because why would somebody say everything is fine when everything is actually not fine? Is it just to make it look as if the APC run government has done everything okay? Yeah, but there can but be some itches somewhere, which I had mentioned earlier on. From what INEC already mentioned. They mentioned, number of itches. They acknowledged and admitted that some BVAs were not working, and their technical officers are already working on those BVAs and all of that. And so, result reaching us, APC Andy Uba wins polling. He wins his polling unit. He won at his polling units. He won at his polling units. He won at his polling units. Let's see if we can have live results from, polling units. Okay. I think we can make some available to you. Let's see how fast we can send, some, to put some on the screen, for you to see. Just hold on. We are much together. It's an update. So you see, just as we're talking now, some are just coming in. So we have to, just move as fast as we can. So just take your time and just hold on and get this report. Okay. I think maybe I should just take let me take 5 or okay, let me take 5 and send you 5 so that we can see all this together. Okay. Okay, this is fine. Okay, let me begin to scroll them for you so that you can see the results that we have with us here. And so the first one I'll be showing you is this. And I hope you'll be able to see this properly. Hope you'll be able to see that properly. Let me see if we can get the next one for you. You can see this is the next one. I understand I'm blocking somebody's view. Okay, well, this is it. These are results. These are results that are being sent in at this time. And so as we are getting them, we send them out to you. Let's see the next one that we have with us here. Okay, we have this. Okay, this was done with a marker, so I hope you'll be able to see this much better than the other ones. Okay, that is that. Let's see another one again. Let's see. Okay, I think we can see this one also. We can see this one also. Okay, you can see results rolling in, results rolling in, results rolling in. Okay, shouldn't be blocking your view. Results keep coming in and in and in and in and in and in. Okay, so let's just I think we can still take one more. Let's take one more. Another results that we have here. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Let's see if this will be clear for you to see. Okay, that's yet another one that we have live and direct with us here. Okay. All right. Well, we'll still continue to serve you updates from Anambra as we get results or whatever the informations are from that end. We will continue to serve you. We still have this great man there behind us. We have Ifeanyi Uba. We have Charles Soludo, Charles Chukoma Soludo. We have APC Andy Uba and all the man from AAC. Okay, so Chiduze, yes, from AAC. Okay, we've got all of that. Let's keep moving. Let's see what the updates are again. Let's see what the updates are again. Of course, I promised you we're gonna have updates. Okay, we have a picture of an elderly man who collapsed at the elderly man who collapsed at a polling unit. I just mentioned to you that Anambra, Andy Uba of the APC won his own polling unit. Well, that's not what expected. It's okay. It's okay. Let's see what happens in the overall. Who do you think is going to win? I think we should wrap it up here. Who do you think is going to win this election? Yes. Somebody is saying, we already know. No, don't say you know. Don't say you know. Let's believe that at least for once. You see, if we have a very good margin, if we have a clear cut, if we have a very good margin, there won't be any room for any hanky-panky or electoral malpractices. And we are not expecting any of such because we have a credible president who will want things to go the way they ought to go. So that is it. This is still Serious Matters on ONIF TV, and of course we'll continue to give you updates from Anambra till we have the winner of the November gubernatorial election of Anambra, the man who will be directing the affairs of Anambra State for the next 4 years. Yes, 4 years. Until you finish 4 years before we now begin to talk about whether you do second time or not. Anyways, that one is in the hands of God all the same. So thank you very much for watching. This is still Serious Matters on ONIF TV. I hope you're having a very wonderful weekend. Like I would always say, when you're dropping your comment, make your comments as civil as possible. Then make sure you share this video with others. Let people see what's happening in Anambra. Thank you very much for watching.